everyone. It's a beautiful morning in Corpus Christi, and we just had a little rain shower, and I've been wanting to do a tour of my backyard, but I keep waiting because I keep thinking, oh, there's too many weeds, or this plant's not grown all the way. And I decided I just gotta make the video, because if I wait for a garden to be perfect, it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna take you through my garden today, and my backyard garden, and show you all the plants I have. I don't know the names of all of them. That's another thing I was waiting on. I need to get all my plant tags out, and they're scattered throughout different places in the garage and the house, to tell you all the exact name of plants. And I don't have that right now, so I'll try to name the ones I do remember. I've grown lots of new stuff this year, and so some of them I don't recall. Sometimes I don't recall the ones I've grown year after year. But I'm going to go along and do as best as I can. And maybe one day I'll get all those tags out and I'll be able to give y'all exact varieties. And my dogs are along for the ride, but they're not supposed to be in the garden. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so I thought I'd just start with walking out my back door. So this is my back door, and I have a patio right off of it. And this is what you kind of see out my back door. So I've lived in this house for 2 years now, and I have plans for some things upcoming, but probably not until the fall. So on my patio, if we just start with my patio, this side of the patio is my seating side. So I have the sofa and chairs. I have a lot of potted plants here. And then if I go to the other side of my patio, it is our dining side. So it has table and chairs and our grill. And this is what I decided to do. My stuff was always all over the table, so I just got a little table and plopped it out here. This is like my pruners and gloves and the fish food for the pond. And so it can kind of all stay right there. So that's my patio, and I'll show you another view the other way. And then this more boring part is I plan on extending this bed all the way over here, and I have some plans for that, but for right now, that's gonna be a while. But I did make this little fence area where I put some birdhouses up there, a lantern, and a couple of hanging plants. Okay, and then my hammock, which is used a lot by both me and my kids. If you walk over here, this is our pond. It's quite green today, so you would not really be able to see anything. We had an algae bloom lately. I have a few things in pots along here. I have a Siam tulip. I forgot the scientific name for that. Some Nemesia back here. It's doing very well. This is a calla lily, like a big one, not those little ones you usually see in the thing. And they're really pretty. They come up usually really pretty, but it's struggling a little bit with some of the heat we're having right now. So not sure if that was the best place to put it, but I don't have a lot of shade in this yard yet. Okay, this is a Audrey ficus, just starting in a pot. I have some lily of the Nile, and that one is just white. I have some up front that are a purple one. This is new echinacea. I don't know if it had a name on it, but it's yellow. And notice we've planted plants lately, so I need to clean up all the mulch around it. This is a bearded iris that has only bloomed when I bought it 2 years ago. And then I have some pots here. I might show those from the other end, but all that petunias is from that pot right there. Okay, so going along here, this is my plumeria cutting. Some euphorbia. It's supposed to be blush. It's called blush something. And so when I first got it, they looked a little bit pink, but it looks like they're completely white now. So some of the leaves have a little bit of pink on them though. And then over here we have a pincushion flower, Lysianthus. It's hard to get over there to show you the bloom on it. And then right here is a foxglove. which I'm loving. I've never grown this. I've grown so many new things this year, and that's one of them, and it is looking really good. This is the Lysianthus, another new thing I've grown this year. Really pretty. I really wanted the pink variety, but they were all out by the time that I went. And there's the pincushion flower, or scabiosa. And then this is one of my favorite. I say that a lot, but this one really, I love this plant. It's called blue butterfly. It's not a butterfly bush. It's called blue butterfly because its blooms look like little butterflies. And all the pollinators love this also. So it gets pretty big though, and then it usually freezes back. Over here is a lemon tree that I've just potted up like in the last couple of months. And then I have some drift roses. I don't remember if this one's apricot or not, but that's one color of drift roses. I have another one in another place. This is a pink knockout rose. Okay. Right here, I forgot the name of this. It very much, the flowers look very much like a wild olive tree, which we have around in Corpus, but that's not what it's called. It has a very strange name. Kumar something. When I tried a plant idea, it doesn't say the same thing as the tag did, so I need to find the tag to remember what it was called. I put it in a pot because it's not hardy in zone 9, which is where we're at. It's hardy in zone 10, so I didn't want to grow it up and then it die in a freeze. So I put it in a pot so I could bring it inside if it froze. I have a little blue daze. This is Greg's Mist. Greg's Mist, some kind of flower. I forgot what it's called, but it might come to me in a minute. But when it has the blooms all over it, it is completely covered with bees, like completely covered with bees. There's my other drift rose. This one's a little bit more pink. I don't know, it looks pretty much the same pink, but there's supposed to be different varieties. This pink is a little bit different. And then I think this is a coneflower from last year, so I've just left it there. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't think it's a weed. And then this is a candlestick plant, I think, but it's in white. And I also put that in a pot because I read that they were invasive and would spread all over the place. So I didn't want it to do that, although I know that it could probably drop its seeds and spread anyway. But this way I can move it around. Then I have a little bird feeder up here and a scabiola that's not doing all that great, but I'm trying to baby it. And then this is a Indian carnation tree. I love these. This one was beautiful and was standing about 4 feet tall, and then the freeze makes it where I have to cut it all the way back to the ground. So I'm waiting for that one to grow up, and I've had these plenty of time. I have some different salvias down here. These are from last year. I don't remember the color. I wanted to say they were coral, but they don't look super coral. They're kind of like more of a light pink. And then these, I think, are that Gregii salvia, and they are just pink. And I have 2 of those. I think that's weed. And then I have these 2 pots of canna lilies, and they both have a type of pink. I think this one has a coral and a rose colored. Oh, here comes the sun. And the other one has the same, like 2 different ones. I think this one has a rose and a coral in it. I wanted to compare the colors, so I put them 2 plants in there. Okay, and then over here, I think these are African daisies. I've never grown those before. They had flowers on them, but then they're gone. So we'll see if they get another flush of color. Okay, I'm kind of in a bad position here, so I'm going to move. Okay, I tried to move, but then my shadow's in the way. Okay, these are lantana. They're called pina colada lantana from Proven Winners. And they have flushed out with blooms, and then the blooms go away. There's the pond. It's very green right now. And inside of the pond, I have a canna lily, a dwarf little papyrus. I forgot which kind it was. And I always forget the name of this. Horsetail rush. or something that has to do with horses. And let me back up here. Okay, so here's, oh, see, my shadow's showing again. Okay, so Mystic Spires Salvia, Mystic Spires Blue Salvia. If you don't know what to grow or it's your first time, that's what you put in your garden, and they do wonderful. Bees love them, butterflies love them, everything's always over them. Okay, over here, I have a broken part of my bird bath. This is a butterfly bush. Then I had that left over from something, and I just planted it like a week ago. It's a lantana. I have 2 lantanas here that are blooming a little bit, but not a whole lot. And then over here I have this little grouping of pentas, pink pentas. You can tell that my favorite color is pink. Right here I have straw flower, and it's too early in the morning. It's not open yet. They open up throughout the day. They are so pretty. If you've never, I had never even knew about straw flowers, and they are amazing, and they have this texture to them that's like Raphael straw or something. It's really cool. Even when they're alive, like you think of something that feels like straw as being dead, but they're not. And then here's some more coneflower I recently got. And all right here, I made kind of a little area of gomphrena, and these are the gnome pink and gnome white gomphrena. They really haven't grown all that much for me. I don't know if they need the heat more. I mean, they have grown. This one looks really good, but they're still just kind of small. This is a Heaven's Breath, I think is what it's called, and I have a whole branch that just recently died. And that's what happened the last time I tried to grow one of these, so I'm trying again. We'll see how it goes. It might end up looking all brown by the end of summer, but it's supposed to grow in our area. This is a moss rose. It has really pretty pink flowers. In fact, you can see that it has a bunch of buds on it, but they're not open right now. And then going up here, this is a salvia. I don't think it has a particular name. I think it was just in a can marked salvia. And I just cut that back, so it should come back with another flush of blooms. Up here I have guara. I think these are white, but they have like a tinge of pink on them. So they do have pink guara that are darker pink, but these are kind of like white with little bits of pink on them. And I have 3 of those. There's 1, 2, and then another one over here. And let me back up again. This is Proven Winners Rose Superbena. So it's a hybrid verbena, and it's doing great. And I've never grown that before either. This is my privet that I am going to be shaping up like a tree. So yeah, I've already started a little bit. I'm just limbing it up down there, which means just taking off the branches and leaving trunks. And that will get to be pretty tall, like maybe like 6 to 8 feet. And I've had those in past gardens before. This is Veronica, my first time growing Veronica, and I'm loving it. Like, it is so pretty. And then this area always bothers me because it's empty, but it's actually the washout. So if it rains and the pond fills up too much, this is where the rain comes out. I mean, the water comes out. Here's a white salvia, and I don't think it had a name either. I think it was just in a can marked white salvia, and I love it. It's blooming almost as well as the Mystic Spires. This is Euphorbia, the snow frost. What's it called? It's the common one that everybody does. I had this in a pot for years and years and years, and not years and years, maybe like 3 years. And I finally put it in the ground, and it just loves being in the ground. This is my Gerber daisy, and look at this color. Oh, it does not show the color that great. Let me see if I can get into the shade. It's just the most pastel little pink Gerber daisy. I had 2 blooms up, but they went away. I have some lemon coral sedum, and I have another one in a pot over here. Okay, so that's basically this, what I call the pond landscape bed. And then if you go off this part of my patio, sorry about my shadow here, I made this little area over here for more potted plants, things that I might don't want to put in the ground necessarily. And so I have lots of different stuff. I'll just kind of bring you around here. And I always love putting ferns in this container right here. Oh, another new thing that I've grown this year is lamb's ear. I used to not like it. I think it was like this type that I didn't like, which it's looking okay now. But this year I decided to grow some, and I grew this this one's Helen von Stein lamb's ear. And in my front yard, I have ones that had no name that look just like this. And so, I love it. And the kids, my nieces and nephews, just love to come out here and field them. Some helichrysum oh my goodness, the dogs. Okay, so this is kind of like my potted plants. I have another canna lily, yellow one, some pots. I have put some hydrangeas into the ground. We're zone 9, so this is not really this place for hydrangeas. But this one's Endless Summer. I remember that one. And it's doing okay, but it had some rough starts. And then this one is something that has to do with bridal, and it's white. So, oh, look, I think there's a tag in there. Oh, no, this one is Endless Summer. But I thought that one was white, but I could be wrong. So, yep, those are my potted plants. So now let's go over to another part of the yard. Okay, so this is what I call my back bed, and this is a vitex tree, and it was covered in a lot of blooms, but they've kind of stopped, and there's some new ones coming on, so it will probably be covered in blooms pretty soon, and I'll probably put up a video when it is. Back here, oh, it looks like it was probably one of my dogs. They don't usually do this, but oh, and one of my plants is dug up. I'll have to fix that. Okay, so these are zinnias. It looks like it's really shaded back here, but it does get a lot of sunshine during the afternoon because this vitex is not completely covering it right now. I just wanted somewhere to put some cut flowers, and this is the space I had. So they just kind of went in the ground like a week ago. So, and then I have this Hollywood Earth Angel, I think is what it's called. So pretty. It's a hibiscus that's just completely white. You get to see my price tag. So pretty. I love it too. And I might need to move it from this and maybe next year or something when this tree is bigger, because it's gonna get too much shade. And I have another hibiscus back there. These are gladiolas that just haven't done much. A plumbago, which usually plumbagos get really big and bushy. Maybe this is just getting too much shade because it is not covering up the utilities like I want it to. Pepper, get out. Okay, and then let's go around the other side. Okay, over here I have a Turk's cap, and it's a pink one. So Turk's caps do really good in our area. They have red and pink, and they have just the most delicate little blooms on them. And then over here I have 3 rose bushes. These are new this year. And they don't have blooms on them right now. They have had them, but not very many yet because they're brand new. My peach tree, and then down here are variegated yellow lantana. Here's my peach tree type. It's a white freestone, I'm pretty sure, and that's exactly what I wanted. I had that in my last house, and they tasted so good. Okay, so here's my garden, my vegetable garden, and I'm gonna revamp this all for probably the fall. I have some ideas on raised garden beds, and this side, we have basil and rosemary. We had some parsley right here, but it just got too big and spent, so we pulled it up. Strawberries, so that parsley was stunting my strawberries, and as soon as I pulled it up, the strawberries went crazy, and they've grown out these little sucker vines, and so now they're doing great. This is asparagus. This is all first year, so those are just growing until I'll get asparagus next year. And then right over here we have serrano peppers and jalapeno peppers. It looks like I have some on there I need to get. These are my zucchini. I had more over here, but pepper. But they got the vine borers in them and died. So very hard to keep up weeding in here. That's kind of one of the reasons I want raised beds also. I didn't think I would want them because I wanted to be able to get a tiller in, but it's just not working out for me. Okay, so I got a bunch of marigolds around here, and then these two I think are Better Boy tomato plants, and I have one in there that needs to be harvested. So they're doing okay. I mean, not bad. And then over here I have a type of Roma tomato. I don't remember which one it is. And then over here I have cherry tomatoes. And I don't like tomatoes, and neither do most of my kids. And so I just grow these to give away or use in cooking. I don't mind it in cooking. Right here we have carrots, and it's in our zone. We don't really grow carrots in the summertime, but my son really wanted to grow them, so we threw some seeds in the ground. I have a watermelon here, and way over here is another small watermelon. So hoping to start seeing some watermelons coming out soon because there are so many flowers on it. This is what happens every time we're outside. Pepper! Okay, and then all along the side, this is what I grow my garden for, is okra. And I need to get in here and pick some because I already see one that's getting too big. So see okra, and look at all the little ones right there. So you pretty much have to pick okra every single day. That one's perfect for picking, or they get too big, and then you don't want to eat the too big ones. So here, see all the okra on that? So this is just all okra plants. I don't even know how many I have. Some of them are probably too close together, but they're doing pretty good, except for like these last two, and even the first ones are stunted a little bit. And that's it. That's all my vegetable gardens. There aren't a lot of vegetables that we like, or that we could grow in the garden that we like. In the fall we'll have more, broccoli and cauliflower. We like those, but we can't grow those in the spring here. And so that's my garden. So I have lots of plans for my backyard. One of them is to change this up and do some raised gardens, maybe pull the garden out a little bit, but that would mean changing my sprinkler system. Right now I have spray heads on my garden. That's what we've always had. But I think that if I go to raised gardens, I'll change that to drip irrigation. And so I want some cut flowers out here. So I'm thinking I might pull in some more beds for cut flowers. And then back here, not really changing anything back here. Although, I do want to get a trellis and put some, I'd love to get pink honeysuckle, but I haven't found any this year. And then I want to extend this bed all the way over to where those birdhouses are. And I want to create an arbor that holds the hammock so that I don't have that out there. I was going to put away the tetherball and I forgot, but yeah, we play tetherball. Sometimes it's just a fun little game to have out here, and I try to put it away when we're not using it. But that's my backyard. You can see my patio. See the dogs have messed up my pillow on the couch, but that's okay. So I just love to be out here all the time. Some of the plants I have out here I have dragon wing begonias, which are doing great. I have lots of geraniums just in pots. You do have to deadhead those a lot. And then over here, this is my ficus Ali, I think is how you pronounce it. It's got these long things on it, and it has gone through quite a bit. In the winter, I kind of didn't water it enough, and it got a lot of brown leaves. I've been watering it almost every day, and it's just loving life right now. So that's making me happy. I have just regular pothos and some succulents. And over here, I have, this was a pond plant that we had in our last pond. If you watch the making of my pond video, I talk about it a little bit, and it was so invasive in the pond, so I took it out and put it in a pot, but now there's lots of algae in there and stuff. This one had some taller stuff in it that died off. I have some more begonias over here. A lot of my begonias did not stay the color that, like this one was like pastel pink when I bought it, and it's more like coral now. So I'm not taking really good care of them because I don't like their colors. Maybe I just need to give it away to somebody. But yeah, that's my backyard garden, and I am so in love with it right now, and I can't wait to see as it keeps growing and filling in. Like, I really would like to not even be able to see mulch with just plants everywhere and color everywhere. So you can see that I love pinks and whites, yellows. So I don't have a lot of yellow in the backyard, but purple, blue, all those colors. Orange and reds, not so much, although I do have some apricot, which is kind of like a light orange. Yep, I love it all, and I am excited to keep watching it grow. So that's my backyard. Thanks for watching.